Hi everybody, Patty Ann here. I have a quick tutorial today. This first one is for Michelle. She wanted to have a cookie or a cookie bag topper or a candy bag topper for Valentine's Day. So I'm just going to show her real quick how to get started, and then she can jazz it up however she wants to. So the first thing that I did was I just came to Cricut Design Space because there's so much you can find. And when I click on this and I come over here and I right click on it and see down at the very bottom it says image info. It'll tell you where I got this. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the canvas because I don't need another one of those. So that's what I made this out of. So the first thing I did was I duplicated this. And I just hid it over here for now because in case I make a mistake and I want it again. And then what I did was I duplicated it again. This one is the white image because if you'll see when I show you what I've made, there's a white page sheet of cardstock and this red sheet. So this one I'm going to change to white. And then I'm going to come down here to contour because I don't want those hearts to cut out. When I do cut them out of the red, the top layer, I want the white of this card to show through. Okay, there we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to drag it over top of the other one. We'll notice right now it's going behind. So you know we right click on this one and we say send to front. And if you don't have a way to right click, of course you can come up here to arrange and send to front. So I'm going to put that one on top of that one, but not totally because I need to grab this white one. And what I'm going to do with him now is I'm going to make him bigger. And just as big as I want to make him. What I usually like to do is line up this left side over here, and then I can adjust the right side how I need to. Alright, so I think I'm going to unlock the lock of the white one so I can adjust it a little bit more how I'd like it. Just carefully. And then what I can do to see how it really is grab both of them and come up here to align and align center. And that'll make them perfectly centered, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a score line to put across this because I want both pieces to have a line so I know where to fold them and it makes it easier to fold. So I come over to the Shapes tool and I get the score line. And if you can't find the score line ever, it usually ends up way up here in the upper left-hand corner and it's sometimes hard to find. So notice the rotate button right here. I'm going to hold down my shift key and rotate it so it's horizontal. Okay, and if you hold down your shift key, it doesn't get all cockeyed. Then I'm going to bring it over here to this shape, kind of on the edge of it. See how I'm lining up the edge of the dots right here to the edge of the image. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to stretch it across. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of those and I'm going to say align and align center because I want that to fold right smack dab in the center. Now notice it's not totally symmetrical on both sides, but that doesn't really matter because one side's going to be on one side of the bag and the other is going to be on the front of the bag, if you know what I mean. All right, so what I'm going to do now though is I'm going to attach that because I want that score line to stay right there. I don't want it to move down here and me think I'm supposed to fold it there. I want to attach it right there. That's where I want it to stay. So I'm going to move him over. He's done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another score line. So I come over to Shapes, Score Line. There it is. I'm going to hold down my shift key and take this little rotating button or handle and then bring it over here. Let's see. Oh, I'm stretching it. I want to just bring it over first. So I kind of line it up on the left-hand side as I said first, and it's a little long, so I'm going to make it shorter. And then it is still selected, so I'm going to hold down my Shift key and select the image in the back. So there should be two things selected over here on the Layers panel, and there are the score line and the cut. So now I'm going to come up here to Align and Align Center. And now that score line is exactly where I need it to be. Now it's kind of hard to see it, so I'm thinking maybe if I change this color to a lighter color, I'll be able to see the score line more easily. And yes, I can. I am going to make it red, but this gives me an idea of where I can write. Now notice we do have a bit of a problem about where I can write. This doesn't leave much space because of all those cut out hearts. So what I did on mine was I clicked on it, and then I came down to Contour. And you remember that lets you get rid of some things you don't want to have cut out. So what I did was I left the two here, and I didn't cut out this one or this one or this one or this one. So I got rid of the middle four, and I left two on each side. Yep, just like that. And then I had room to write, and she could write this. I cut it out. I used a font. Now if we want to know what font I used, I can click over here, and you can come over here and it says I used the text or the font A Child's Year, and that was a cut font. I could, if I want to, let it be a writing font. So I could choose the text tool, and I would come up here, click, and then over here where it says filter, I could filter it so it's just a writing font. And then I could choose any writing font in here that I like. So I'll just choose, all right, I'll do Babette. So I'm going to type in, what did I have on there? A Valentine Just For You. So oops, I got to click in the text box down here. A Valentine. And notice it comes in all spaced apart as usual. So I'm going to click off side of that and then drag this over. And I'm going to hit my letter spacing to bring those letters together. Now it doesn't matter as far as welding them because I'm not going to make them one piece of metal because this is being written with a pen in my Cricut. But I think it looks prettier if they look sort of like they go together. And then I'm going to come to Advanced, Ungroup to Letters. And then I'm going to grab these four over here and just move them closer so that T touches. So then all I need to do now is to make it smaller. So I can put a Valentine. And then Just For, I put on another line. Just For. When it's done, I click outside of here, then I can move it over so I can work with it. Again, I'm going to change the letter spacing. Okay, that looks pretty good except for the T. So once again, I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to come to Advanced, Ungroup to Letters. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to grab these three letters and move them over closer so they touch the T. So do this, make it small, Just For, whoopsie. Oh, I need to group these back together now. Group. I wonder, did I group these? I did not. It would be hard for me to group these now since I've moved them. So what I would do is move this thing out of the way and then group them. And I must not have attached the score line because look, it was left behind. So I'm going to group these guys. Then I'm going to move this back down. And now what I need to do once again is to grab that score line and the back and make sure it's aligned middle or center. Then, with them still selected, I'm going to attach them. And whenever you attach something, it brings it up here to the very top of the layers panel. See it up here? Which means it's on top of anything else that's on the screen. So I need to right click on this and send to back. Okay. And now I can move a Valentine right there. Just for, and maybe, it's on me to make these much smaller. Of course, if you look up here, they're almost a ½ inch tall, so that's some pretty big writing. So let's see, I'm going to make this one 0.3 inches tall. Okay, so then I'm going to make this one also 0.3 inches tall. So they're the same. A Valentine just for, and then the next word can be you. And as I said, she can jazz this up however she likes to. This is just a sample to show what you can do. So again, I would just change the letter spacing. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so then I would again grab this. I would go ahead and make it much smaller. Oh, what did I say? 0.3? So I would make this in the same height. I don't care about the width because there are a different number of letters in each word. So Valentine just for you. All right, and then what I would need to do now is go like this and grab all of the text and the card and attach. Because if I don't, it will not stay right here and be written exactly right here on this piece of cardstock. So again, I would turn it, make it red because I like the red color better. Okay, here's the note card, and I'm going to make it red. All right, and then it would go over top of this one, just like that. And again, I would just go like this, and I would go to align center. Now this one I can get rid of. This one I'm going to hide. And then this one I'm ready to make. So let's go to make it. And let's see how we've done. Okay, there's the backing sheet that I want, and I want a score line on it just like that. Here's the front, has a score line. I'm not sure why the first word is in white, so I'm going to go back and look at that for a second, see. Okay, I see what's happened is that some of these are cut files, so I'm going to detach that. And I'm going to grab all of the text again, just holding down my shift key, selecting each line, and I'm going to come up here to line type and I'm going to say draw, because I want them all to be drawn. I don't want any of them to be cut lines. So then I can, whoops, look what I have to do though. I must attach it. So then I go like this and I attach it, bring it over here on top of this one. And now it should be ready to be made. Let's see. So still the white one looks great, and now the red one looks super too. This is drawn with the pen in my Cricut Explorer. So I hope this helps you, Michelle. Remember, you can jazz it up however you want to, but one other thing I need to tell you is this. What you need to do when you first start out is to measure how wide your bag is, because you want to start out and have your tag be that size to begin with. So say your bag is 6 inches wide, you'd want to make your tag probably 6 inches wide, or maybe a hair under that, so that it would fit nicely across it. So that's it. I hope this helps. Thank you for your question, and I look forward to helping everybody again soon. Thanks. Oh, by the way, links are down below for Facebook group. If you haven't joined yet, please join and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment. I love comments and thumbs up. And remember to use my affiliate links if you're in the market to buy something, because it helps me to be able to buy cardstock and things, ink, to be able to make these demos for you guys. So thanks again. Bye.